Well, welcome everyone to class number 2 of the Realtor Internet Marketing Academy. It's how to win every expired listing. It's interactive, so as questions come your way, please feel free to shout them out and we'll address them at the time. This is the second class because the first class was the killer listing presentation. It gave you some great confidence in knowing if you get in front of a seller, be it someone who's referred to you, be it someone who is an expired listing, someone who is a FSBO, if you get in front of them, you're going to be able to win that listing presentation. And that was the whole point of that 7-point killer listing presentation. That class was recorded, just like this one's being recorded. And you can find it by going to the website, if you notice up there, it says gmarino.valuedlender.com, HTTPS. If you go over here to the very last tab, it says Class 1 Killer Listing Presentation. If you click on that, that'll be the class. You can play it, stop it, back it up. You can, it'll have everything that we covered in that class. So at least you know where that class is. Couple of other things, before we get started, especially for Rosario to understand, is that there are some good reasons for you to want to join our team. One of which is every Tuesday. I don't know if you're receiving right now, but you will be receiving an invite to what's called the Agent Mastermind classes. And if you can't make it to any one of those Agent Mastermind classes, let me know. They are recorded. We'll send you out the recording. Almost every class has a PowerPoint also associated with it, and therefore you can then, if I were in your shoes, I would download every week's presentation, save it to your computer. You'll have 52 PowerPoints in a year. That's a nice little library to go back and have reference material to. Another great reason, and again, I'll pass this out to you guys. Let's just take a peek if we've got this up here. Number 2 says that you're invited, obviously, to our weekly Thursday or Friday sessions. If you'll take one of those and pass it around. Obviously, we're in class number 2. We'll go all the way through class number 8, which is going to be video marketing. I really like that class also because it helps to put your personality out there in video form. Number 3 is you're going to receive access to the FCM Express mobile application. Again, something that I truly believe in, that there is in our industry between the lender and the realtors, there's a gap in timing. If, Rosario, you're talking to someone and they say, I'm highly interested in going out and looking at homes. Well, you're going to say, well, you need to be pre-approved. I'd love to take you out this weekend. Let's get you pre-approved. Call one of the members of my team, call Glenn, and let's get you pre-approved. Well, Glenn's teaching for the next 2 hours, so they leave a message. 2.5, 3 hours later, Glenn calls them back, and they're busy. They're on the phone. They're at work. I leave a message. It goes back and forth, and we skip 4, 5, 6 hours in a day. Instead, if you'll pass this out to everyone, the FCM Express app, it allows you to immediately give access. The FCM Express gives you immediate access to a mobile application. They can do the app right on their phone. All you have to do is have the client's phone number and you text it to them. The client says, this is great. I'm no longer waiting 4, 5, 6 hours. I can start in the next 30 seconds. My excitement is I've just got done talking with my realtor. I'd love to go out this weekend, and now I'm starting the pre-approval process. The second major thing is it's got a beautiful calculator. The calculator allows them to click, are they doing a purchase? What type of a purchase? Are they doing FHA or conventional? And then what they're going to be able to do is it will calculate not only the principal and the interest, it has slider bars for purchase prices, real estate taxes, homeowners insurance, and it automatically calculates the private mortgage insurance. I think that's very important, that the client know, especially if you're going to take them out and have them look at 3 or 4 different homes. You might have them look at a $210,000, $215,000, $225,000 home. The real estate taxes are different on each one of those. Rather than they calling up their mortgage lender, they have now in their phone the ability to calculate what the monthly payment's going to be. The last thing is very, it's exciting for those who are, I'm going to say, the younger generation. We need income documents to get them pre-approved. Wouldn't it be nice if they could take their phone through the FCM Express, and there's a button at the bottom called scan. When they click the scan button, it opens up the phone's camera, and now they can click the W-2s, take a picture of it, click the pay stubs, click the federal tax returns. There's no faxing, there's no emailing, there's no scanning. So it's fill out the app on the phone, calculate your payments, click and scan your documents in, and you're pre-approved within the same day. So it's really a huge convenience. Another great thing that you get for being on the team is you can get what's called co-branded IDA flyers. The number one program out there right now is first-time home buyers. That's the biggest market out there for people that are buying houses. And what you should be doing is you should be looking at, here's your IDA document, here's your IDA flyer. Are you familiar with the IDA program? Okay, it gives you up to $10,000 in down payment assistance. It's for all buyers in Illinois. It's not restricted to first-time home buyers, so it's first-time and existing. The $6,000 program is a grant that is forgivable over 10 years. The $7,500 is the crazy great program. I'm going to give you $7,500. I will not charge you interest, and I'm not going to make and I'm not going to ask you for any payments until you sell the house, or 30 years, whichever comes first. So think of it. Here's $7,500, Stuart. I'm not going to ask you for any payments. Go buy a house, and when you sell the house, pay me back. Kind of a cool program. The last one, the $10,000 program, gets everybody into a house for 1% of the purchase price. The $10,000 is just like the $7,500. It's a zero interest loan, but there is a principal-only payment of $83.33. That's the payment to pay it back over 10 years. So whenever I talk to people, I say, how much does it cost you if you took your significant other out for dinner this evening? Glass of wine, nice dinner. And they say, oh, that could cost, $60, $70, $80. I said, if you gave up one of those meals a month, and I gave you $10,000 to go buy a house, could you give up one of those meals a month? They go, sounds like a deal. Let's go look at houses. So again, $10,000 is available for down payment, and what I suggest, if you want, because a lot of the realtors want, see all this white space down here where the First Centennial logo is? We move that logo over above Glen's face, and we put your picture, your contact information, because you're going to want this plus the next flyer that I'm about to show you. You want to staple them together and show people that these are programs that are available to you out there. As long as you have a 640 or better credit score, which most renters do, as long as your household income is under $101,520. I would say most of the people that I talk to, their household income is under $101,520. And then the only other caveat is they must put in 1% of their own funds in the deal. Well, then let's take a look at that. This is what we're doing for open houses. We're training the realtors to do something like this. This is something that we did just yesterday for one of the realtors from HomeSmart. She's selling a home here for, what does it say? She's selling it for $274,900. This happens to be, on the left, happens to be flyer number 7 from Agent Marketing. On the right is these 3 buckets of cash, which I suggest that we send to you, and that we're going to put your picture on here and co-brand it. Now this is for the open house, but think of it, look at this. She puts in $274,900. There's 3 buckets. Bucket 1 is down payment, bucket 2 is closing costs, and bucket 3 is escrows. In bucket 1, remember we said they had to put in 1% of the purchase price. 1% of $274,900 is $2,749. To get to the 3.5% down payment, there still is another $6,872.50 that's needed. They take that out of the $10,000 bucket from IDA. Now you've got all the money. You got the $9,621. Put a check mark. It's all satisfied. Go to bucket 2, closing costs. We said the closing costs are going to be about $5,000. Well, we don't want our borrower to come up with it. So what we do is IDA, still what's remaining in the $10,000 bucket is $3,127.50. It's not all $5,000. So the suggestion is that the realtor, you, would negotiate with the seller to have the seller pay $1,872.50 of the closing costs. If they do that, you now have $5,000 in the bucket for closing costs, and your client comes up with zero. Make sense? Last bucket is escrows, and the beautiful thing about the state of Illinois is that we pay our real estate taxes 1 year behind. So the 18 taxes will get paid in the year 2019. So if all of us in this room have a closing on October 31st, who lived in the house for the first 10 months? Seller. Seller then owes our client, our collective client, the seller owes them 10 months of real estate taxes as a credit. And the beauty is the credit always, always, always is greater than what the lender is going to ask them to put up into the escrow for taxes and insurance. So that bucket is a big zero because the real estate tax credit from the seller. Bucket number 2, the closing costs are going to be zero because IDA, if it's a lower purchase price, IDA pays 100% of the closing costs. As you get up higher to the 274.5 here, you're going to have some contribution from the seller. And last but not least, bucket number 1, it's $9,621. And how much did our client have to come up with? $2,749. So they just bought a $274,500 house for $2,749. Do you think if this was sitting in your open house as people came in and you had a little yellow laminated card that says you can buy this house for as little as 1% of the purchase price, you had the picture of the house on the left side and you had the 3 buckets of cash on the right side, and you're showing them that this is now a house they can buy for $2,749. They need a 640 or better credit score. They need to make less than 101,520, and that here's the breakdown of the monthly payment. And the realtor got the breakdown of that monthly payment from the FCM Express app. So you go to your app store, you download FCM Express, you put the house you're having your open house, it calculates the payments for you, and you just drop it into your flyer. This to me is so much more meaningful than some of the other open house flyers out there. People know walking in the door, they can buy this house for 1%, and then they know the monthly payment. What more could they want, right? Okay, so again, if you want not only the IDA flyer, but let me see if I can open up for you real quickly the 3 buckets of cash flyer. If you're interested in I don't want that one. Here's an example of someone from Keller Williams. If you want your picture, your logo, your contact information on the 3 buckets of cash, you let me know. We'll create it, send it to you. You'll have 2 flyers then. The IDA flyer with your picture and contact information on there. You'll have the 3 buckets of cash. You staple those 2 together, and every time you meet someone, you hand it out. Every time you guys refer someone to us, we send them out the online application, the mobile application, and we educate them and say, here's the IDA flyer, here's the 3 buckets of cash. We want them to understand how they're going to be able to buy a house for as little as 1% of the purchase price. Make sense? Okay, cool. Last but not least, the only other thing that before we get into today's subject, again, another reason to join our team or to add us to your team as a preferred lender is we also work with you on your Remind within the MLS. Remind is a new tool within the MLS, and I'm not going to go through it in any great detail. I'll just show you where it is. Stuart Finley's been kind enough to open up his MLS here today. But if you look here, do you see this tool once you're in the MLS? Do you see this little like wrench here? When you click on the tool, the very first tool says New Prospecting Tool, Remind. What we do in partnership with you is we'll go through and we'll put in filters. We put in the zip code you want to go find houses that you can do listings for. We'll put in, there's two strategies. One is for people with high mortgage interest rates that have been in the house for more than 5 years. The reason we go after high interest rates is we go, why in the world does this person still have a high interest rate? My neighbor's a good example. Nick. Nick's got a 6.82% interest rate. Why does Nick have a 6.82? Why didn't he refinance? The reason he didn't refinance is because he's thinking of selling in the next 2 years. He says, Glenn, it's going to cost me $2,000 if I refinance. He says, I need to get savings every month beyond 2 years. I'm not going to be here beyond 2 years. That's your logical customer. What Remind does is it takes a map and it starts to put blue dots on houses in your zip code that you want to do listings in and says, these people have high interest rates. One side of the flyer, one side of the, in fact, this is what it looks like. One side is your picture saying, this is, yep, this is your door hanger. And the door hanger, is going to say, thinking of selling? Well, this is what I've done for other sellers. And I think I've got a picture of it here. Yep. Well, nope, that's not the one that I wanted, but we'll find it. Let's find that little guy. Oh, it's going to be under, here it is. Here's what it looks like, the door hanger. Selling in the next 12 months, check out the marketing materials that I've already created for this seller. It's not them, but it's for a seller, and it shows them a name of a property website. It has the text number. It has your business card. It has a picture of this home that relates to this text number, that relates to this URL or to this website that you created in agent marketing. And you're telling them, I'll give your home great exposure, your own property website, your own mobile application, and so much more. So again, if this is something that you want to do, is be fine-tuned, be very specific on which houses have high interest rates that might be sellers, and you want to go put door hangers out there, you contact us and we'll sit and we'll show you how to do this. The second scenario is within Remind that Stuart was kind enough to show us, is that there is what's called a sell score. It shows you the probability of low, medium, and high probability of selling. Well, if you're a realtor, wouldn't you like to know people in your zip code that have a high probability in the eyes of Remind of selling? Same thing, we're going to do a door hanger and find out, are you thinking of selling in the next 12 months?
Same door hanger?
Same door hanger on your side of it. On the back side, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you guys what's called a 2-4. If they're thinking of selling, let's get them on a listing agreement for you guys. The backside says, if you're selling, you must be buying. Get yourself pre-approved, and so if we get them pre-approved, we're sending you back the pre-approval, so then you can go out and show them a house.
So strategy 1 and strategy 2 are 2 different ones from you.
Correct. Okay. They're 2 different strategies, and we got people going about doing them both simultaneously.
Right.
They're going out there.
What I was thinking.
Yeah. The front side is for the realtor. The back side is for the lender. So on those that have high interest rates, for whatever reason that they're not selling, the backside says, well, if you're not selling, then get off the high interest rate, refinance. Now, again, some people can't refinance, maybe because of credit issues, etc. But again, we're highlighting to those people that there's a high interest rate that they're sitting on. Remind shows us what the interest rate is, what the current balance is. It's a great program, and it's free as long as you don't put them into tracks. So again, if you're interested in finding out more about the program, get together with us and we'll go through that with you. There's a tracking
I've
system.
seen that button.
You can track up to 99 for free.
Correct.
And it's like $30 a month to track up to 200.
I see.
So if you want to, you can track them off of their system in an Excel spreadsheet, and then
I
it's
see.
free.
Okay. So in what you're preaching is, or let me just understand this, because I went into my neighborhoods that I liked, and I seen like 1, 2, 3 that were high. And then I'm like, okay, well, that's not a whole bunch, you know? So then I went and I looked the other way, strategy 1.
Mhm.
And I didn't see a whole bunch either. And I thought, well, do I just, because I thought, okay, one day I'll do them, the next day I'll do them, but I guess I'm going to do them all together, right?
Well, no, I keep them separate because again, you're gonna wanna know.
I'm going to want to track them on my own.
Yeah, in 2 separate Excel spreadsheets, I would track them separately, but I would just move them to the next zip code. I mean, there's lots of zip codes that you can be going to. So,
Yeah.
you
Or
know,
you can break it down into neighborhoods within one zip code.
I know what I
Focus
wanted
on
to
a micro.
do.
You-
That way I'd spend, a couple of hours in the neighborhood and be on my way.
Yeah.
So I would do probably both strategies.
oh, absolutely. Do both strategies. It'll be beneficial. But again,
But I got to track them myself.
here's what we're doing. We're going to experiment with. They don't come with phone numbers or emails, but what we're going to do is because I believe that you have to touch somebody 4 or 5 times sometimes in order to get them to become a sale for you. What we're going to do is I'm going to probably subscribe to Spokio, and I'll just make it available to my realtors who are participating in the program. I'll give you the ID and the password, and you can log in and use it to get phone numbers and emails. I'll probably ask you for a contribution toward the monthly subscription, maybe $5 each time you guys want to log in. Just send me $5 through PayPal. But the point being is, not only will we do the door hangers, now I'm moving up to the next level for follow-up, and I'm going to experiment this weekend. Like I'll be looking to see if I can look up myself, family members, other people. If I can look them up, then great. Then I'll have confidence that we can go in, and when we find an address of somebody who's got a high interest rate or has a high sell score, that we can get their phone number and their email. Now we can email them, text them, call them. After 4 or 5 attempts, we'll leave them alone, but at least we'll be able to follow up with them and introduce
right. And I
ourselves.
mean, I thought, okay, so I'll go 1 week, and then maybe I mail them something the next week.
Absolutely.
Right?
It would be a week by week thing. So that's why I say, you'll see in my master spreadsheet for even expireds of FSBOs, it has a drip call approach, drip call. So yeah, you'll be able to call them, you'll be able to email them, to text them. Absolutely. All right. So again, I just wanted to give you some ideas as to some of the things that are available out there for you. If you're interested, let us know. And so let's get into today's subject matter. Going back to the agenda. And we're back. All right. As far as where to find the material for the killer listing presentation, that's in that video that that's up on that gmarino.valuedlender site, so I won't spend time going through that at this point in time. Couple things that let's bring up the PowerPoint on the expired listings. We go over to expireds. Just want to give you a little background, set the table for what it is that we're really trying to accomplish here. If you look at expireds, what is your competition currently doing when they market to expireds? What are people in your offices doing when they go after expireds? Yep, they're sending postcards or they're getting on the phones. And if I was somebody that had a listing and it expired, and now you were the 15th realtor to call me, and typically when they're calling, what are they saying? Well, what's the agent even saying? A lot of the agents that I know are saying, hi, it's Kelly Hayes with HomeSmart. I noticed that your home was listed for sale. I know it's expired, but I think I might have a buyer for your home. May I please stop by, take a look at your home, see if it meets the needs of my client. They may not really have a client. What they're trying to do is, with their personality, get in the front door, see. And I'm not, I don't sing real well and I don't dance real well, so I'm not good at personality contests. So to me, by the time that you're now the seller and you hear that for the 12th, the 15th, the 20th time, you're just saying, please leave me alone. Please, I've heard this enough. You're hanging up. So what I'm trying to do for you guys is I want you guys to be greenfish, not goldfish. So here's a good example of what I'm talking about here. This is all the other realtors out there are goldfish. They're all getting on the phones. They're all got their scripts. They might even have a subscription, to Land Voice or to RedX, and they're calling all these expireds. I would much rather that you try to give them, pay it forward, create marketing materials in advance, spend no more than 10 seconds at the door, meet them face to face, let them know that you're a professional, that you're interested in helping them sell their home when they're ready to remarket their home. And so again, if they can meet you in person, if you already created a property website, if you've created a mobile application for them, if you've created 9 different brochures, I think you start to stand out as a greenfish as compared to all the other goldfish that are just talking to them and dancing their way into their home. So again, going back here, setting the table for what we're about to do here today, if you look at, it's called the flower pot strategy, or it can be also known as the coffee cup strategy. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the MLS. We're going to sort the MLS. We're going to find expireds in the neighborhood, in the area that we want to do listings in. This time of year, I love this time of year because you're going to go after canceleds. You're going to find there's a huge pot out there of canceled and expired. Why are people canceling this time of year?
They don't want to sell them.
And the holidays. They got Thanksgiving is coming up. They don't want to sell through Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. So they're asking their realtor, dear Stuart, please take it off, cancel my listing right now, and let's put it back on the market after the holiday. Well, that's a pot full of people that are potential sellers starting the next year. What we're doing here today is really getting yourself set up for 2019. What I'm hopeful is that you'll do one expired every single day between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning. You're going to log in, go into your MLS, find it. You're going to do what we're going to do here today. And what you're going to end up with is if you did one a day, that's 5 by the end of the first week if you only work through Friday. You'll have 10 by the half of the month. You'll have 20 by the end of the month. That could be November. December would be another 20. You'd have 40. By the end of January, you'd have 60. By the end of February, you'd have 80 self-generated leads. If you walked into the spring market with 80 people that you've introduced your marketing tools to, created mobile applications, created property websites, gave them 9 different brochures, do you think you might have a much better 2019 and a much better chance of listing a lot more homes? I think so. Sir, yes.
Is there a limit to how many websites you can build?
Unlimited. Unlimited. And that's a great point, because quite honestly, once you get used to creating the property website, if you're disciplined, if you do this at 8 o'clock in the morning while you got your slippers on and you got a cup of coffee, you'll be done by 8:30. I got realtors that are going, I'm doing 2 a day. I allocated an hour for this, so they're not doing 20 in a month, they're doing 40 in a month. Then they're going to have another 40 by the end of December. That's 80. Then you have another 40, by the end of January. That's 120. So they're going into the spring market with like 160 self-generated leads. And all you have to do is be a good listener and make sure that none of those people are saying die and go away. They might push you off. Again, I as a salesperson, do I think the first time I talk to someone, they're going to say, "Oh, let's go forward with this sale"? It's going to take 3 and 4 times where you're going to have to come back to them and reiterate what are the benefits of doing business with you. But as long as they just say, "Well, life got in the way. I didn't have time to look at your material. I had to go out of town for a wedding. I haven't been able to sit down with my wife." They didn't say die and go away. They just pushed you back. So you say, "Today is Friday. How about if I give you the weekend? And how about if I call you on Tuesday?" Great. I'll call you on Tuesday. And then in the meantime, you're going to see that I'm going to give you 6 different drip pieces and a 7, well, actually 8 different drip pieces. So you're going to be able to drip call each month. There'll be 2 drips and a call every month. So you'll drip call in November, drip call in December. I'll bet that call in November might be to wish them a happy Thanksgiving and to check to see if they're still the mindset they're going to put the house on in the spring. I'll bet in December, the call might be wishing them a happy holiday and just checking in to see if they have any, if they're still.
Get their phone numbers. Mm-hmm.
You'll get their phone number.
One of the biggest challenges I've found is organizing those drips and contacts into priorities, into the ones who are, you can tell are more interested than others.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's where you have to work that master lead sheet. The master lead sheet, you're logging every day that you do one of these expireds, you're putting them in there, but on the far right hand side it says drip 1, it's looking for a date. Drip 2, you can open up a master lead sheet and see, oh, today I have to do all these drip number 2s to everybody. Oh, I'm now up to the point where I got to make the phone call, and you're calling. If you've got 40 leads in there, 80 leads in there, you're making 80 phone calls over the next several days, saying hi to people, wishing them happy holidays. I'm just checking in with you to make sure that you're not thinking of listing. Because you got to remember this: just because you have great marketing tools, just because you deliver to them a flower pot or a coffee mug with great marketing tools, your competition is still calling them. They're still in the MLS as an expired. Somebody's going to pick them up and try and see if I can't sing and dance my way into their heart. And what you have to do is, with your drip, with your call, you're taking your card off the bottom of the pile, off the bottom of the deck, and you're putting it back on top. You're making yourself top of mind in November. You're making yourself top of mind in December, in January. You want to make sure that somebody doesn't get top of mind after all the work that you've done. Okay? So anyway, so under the flower pot, what we're trying to do is we're going to, you can see different people have got, they've got the brochure for the house. They've got a property business card. They're decorating these flower pots. They're seasonalizing. This might have been something in spring with butterflies and frogs. This is an example of what not to do. Do not decorate your flower pots with live flowers. In my house, they die within a week, and I throw the whole thing out. Your marketing materials are in there. You don't want them to be thrown out. Again, here's just some testimonials. Received my first call back from the flower pot, giving a listing presentation next week. Woohoo, super excited, absolutely love Agent Mastermind. Again, somebody else who's going out on a $224,000 listing using the flower pot strategy. Selling essentials. People do business with people that they know, like, and trust, that they bond with. What better way? Can you bond with somebody that sends you a postcard? I don't know about you guys, but my house I get a postcard a week from a realtor. It says, I sell homes in your neighborhood. Would you like to know what your home is worth? I'm not bonding with them. I have no loyalty to them. But you know what? If I go to their door and I give them a flower pot filled with marketing materials specifically for their home, a property website, a mobile application that downloads all 25 pictures out of the MLS into their phone, I think I've got, I'm working on what's called the law of reciprocity. If you guys do something good for someone, They're bound to do something nice back for you, which is give you 30 minutes to do a listing presentation. Find opportunities to eyeball your leads, shake their hand, and introduce yourself as a person, not a postcard nor a voice message. The key to success is having a daily success plan. Well, it's having 3 in-person visits. I'll be happy if you guys set up 1 in-person visit, which means deliver 1 a day. If you deliver 1 a day, you're going to find, and then you're going to be doing a lot of success calls. Because remember I said we're going to be drip, drip, calling, drip, drip, calling. So again, you're going to have lots of people because you're going to self-generate these leads that you'll be able to call. It's known as money-making activity. Between 8 and 9 in the morning, I don't care if you're dressed or in your pajamas, you're going to go and start working on money-making activity. At 9 o'clock, you can turn back on your cell phone. At 9 o'clock, you can go back into social media. At 9 o'clock, you can go turn on utilities, hand in your paperwork, go to staff meetings, but do something for yourself that's money-making. Do this and watch your business grow. You have to ask yourself, what is my competition doing with expireds? Well, they're sending out a postcard. They're calling and leaving a voice message, and you ask yourself, do I want to be another postcard or just another voice message, or do I want to be somebody who has a unique selling proposition? Do I want to get out of the goldfish bowl and become a greenfish? If you have a unique selling proposition, which means that you've already built materials, property websites, mobile applications for them, might you be the greenfish that they say, well, this person's totally different. I want to talk to this person. So let's be different. When you do your personal visit, you're going to use results in advanced marketing. All your results will be in the flower pot. Prepare your marketing pieces the day before your visit. Ring the doorbell with a 50-50 chance that they're going to be home. The 50-50 chance is don't go out until after 3:30 in the afternoon. Why do I say 3:30? The kids are coming home from school then. Usually there's an adult type person at home to receive the children. I would also say as it gets darker out, don't go out at 5:30 at night. If it's dark, somebody ringing my doorbell in the dark, that person's a spooky person to me. And will be spooky to the kids and all that. So go between 3:30, 4:30, and that's going to be your time frame. Set the appointment after they review your marketing materials. You're going to have a much higher rate of conversion if they can meet you, greet you, and find out that, you know what, you're really a nice person and you've created all this great marketing material in advance. We're working on what's called the law of reciprocity. Reciprocity is the social psychology that refers to responding to a positive action with another positive action. If I create marketing materials for you, seller, will you in turn do a kind action back to me and give me 30 minutes of time to do a listing presentation? If you provide marketing materials in advance of your meeting with the sellers, you begin to build trust and bond with the seller. You may receive a positive action back from the seller in the form of a listing presentation. The law of reciprocity can be used on new listing appointments, expireds, FSBOs, current and past clients. So first you have to ask, why did the expired home, why did it not sell? Why did they not renew their listing with the current realtor? Well, most homes don't sell because of either price or marketing. So in the eyes of the seller, do you think that the seller thinks it was the wrong price? Probably not. They think it was a lack of proper marketing. You didn't give my home enough exposure, didn't do enough open houses, you didn't do enough of something. So in the eyes of the seller, it was not enough marketing of their home to bring a suitable buyer to purchase their home. Your focus is on marketing, marketing, and marketing their home. Therefore, any flyer, any brochure, any property website should have no mention of a price on it. And when we build the property website here in this class today, everything will just say call for price. There'll be no price on it. Because in the MLS, that's the price that it was 6 months ago. That may have been a bone of contention as to why they didn't renew with the former realtor, is that they couldn't agree on what the proper price should be. So what your first step in the door is, I'm a great marketer. I've got property websites that are going to get you into realty sites, social media sites, page 1 of YouTube. I'm going to give you 9 different brochures. I'm going to give you a mobile application for people to download your home into their phone. I'm going to give you. Yes, sir.
Would you say that no price should be mentioned regardless of if it's a FISBO, expired, or canceled?
Just because this is the expired class, no price on expireds. FSBOs have their hand up in the air. They're selling, they've got a price. So in the next class, when we do FSBO, you're definitely going to be putting the price into the property website.
Okay.
You're showing them, you want to sell this house for $300,000. Here is a property web. Here's your home for $300,000, and here's how I would market it. I'm going to help you market your home. I'm going to help you bring buyers. I've got a system here that's going to help you with sign writers and other materials here to bring you buyers. Are you interested in getting more buyers? Are you not, Mr. and Mrs. FSBO? Well, yes, you are. Okay, well then let's talk about how my system and me, how we can bring you more buyers. So this is strictly for, don't mention, and again, just don't mention price up until the point of your listing presentation. At your listing presentation, you're going to do the killer listing presentation from the previous class, plus in your briefcase, you're going to have your CMA, and now you're going to talk about price to put inside the property website. You'll also have your handout for how you show them how you put them into eight of the busiest social media sites. And then you're going to have your 4-page handout, how you get them on page 1 of YouTube 4 different ways. So again, a lot of great show and tell pieces, but the price will come up once you're at the listing presentation. So what if you prepared the following in advance of seeing it and expired? You created a property website. You created a 17-page flip book. What if you created property business cards? Created 9 brochures? What if you created a text message which created a mobile application allowing the property website to be downloaded into a potential buyer's cell phone? What if you created an e-postcard that the seller could share with their family, friends, and business associates? What if you created a hits report? What if you created a Facebook listing page that would get them up to 40,000 eyeballs in Facebook? And what if all this took you 20 minutes to prepare between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. each day? I would think you might get more excited about saying, this is a great program, this is the way I should be going. So let's get started. I want to give you guys some background as to, what it is that we're trying to accomplish. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go out and find an expired. So what I'm going to do is let's move over to our MLS. And once we're in the MLS, you're going to be clicking on what's called your search button here. And then I usually go to detached single. And this is what typically comes up in most Realtors MLS. What you're going to do is you're going to turn off all of the active type listings. The only ones you're going to turn back on is canceled and expired. Okay? With that, we're going to go over here to, we're going to just say, okay. So there's 3 things we're going to do. First, status, cancel and expire. Second thing is area. If I was interested in Naperville, what would be the area? Okay, I'll just go here to the search. Let's go over here to the ends. And Naperville is 540. Okay, so with that, say okay. So now I'm in area 540. And the third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here where it says number of months. For today, I'm going to use 2 months. But what I want everybody to understand today is that another strategy, same strategy, but after you've done enough 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, go back to those that are 6 months old. The reason I say that is nobody's marketing to those people anymore. Those people have pushed people back. People have forgotten about them. People have said, I'm not interested in, following up with you. But they might be the people that are now ready to come back onto the marketplace. Mm-hmm. So again, do the 2 months, 2 months, 2 months all the time. But then start looking at those that are 6 months old. And you might find this is kind of a cool thing to do because, I don't have a lot of competition that I'm up against. You have a lot of competition in the 2 month arena because everybody's on phones, postcards, and you're trying to become that green fish. So I just want to give you an editorial comment. So there's put in the 2 months. And now what you're going to do is let's go view results. Wow, look at this. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I have my slippers on and a cup of coffee. I'm a realtor. How many expired? What's my goal today? My goal is to do one expired. How many opportunities do I have? 387. I think I can find one. So I got between canceled and expireds, I can find one. Today, I'm just going to, and if I hit the stat column here, left click it, it'll resort it with expireds first and then canceled. So I have all the expireds, and I'm going to do expireds first because there's quite a few expireds. But do you see what I'm talking about? You guys have got a ton. If somebody really wants to work this and get a whole bunch of opportunities sitting in your pipeline, do 2 a day. Do an expired, do a cancel. Do an expired, do a cancel. You got tons of opportunities sitting there in the MLS. So anyway, let's take a look at, and Stuart, I'm going to put this into, are you going to do one on your own, or do you want me to go into agent marketing and put this into yours?
Let's do both.
Okay, but we both can't, you both can't be in your agent marketing at the same time. So if you're going to do it, I have no problem.
I'm going to, but I'll let you do it for the purpose of the class. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll pick one and then you can pick another one.
But I mean, tomorrow I'll do it.
Yeah.
You do one today.
Okay. Yeah. So then I'm just going to pick, and again, my point of view too here is it takes as much work to do a $150,000 listing as it does a $500,000 listing. So since we're all commission based in this room, let's go for the, on the higher end. I wouldn't go to the $1 million level only because I think those people are unreasonable. Do that after you're starting to make money with this program, with this marketing strategy, then take a flyer on $1 million one. But for right now, something in the high 2s to the 5s, that's a sweet spot. There's going to be lots of people out there because you want people that, want to sell. Their houses are selling. I think houses, once they get over 500,000, I think they're sitting on the market for a little bit longer these days. So let's do something where the market is still turning over. So I'm going to pick, this one just sticks out in my mind here, this 425. All right, so when I click on this one on 1160 Brighton, the first thing that you guys are going to see is you got to go through 2 filters. One is we click on the pictures to make sure that there's furniture in the house. Why furniture? Because we're going to ring a doorbell. We want someone to answer the door. No furniture, no one's home. It's an REO. The second filter is going to be, is it relisted with a new MLS number? So, the first thing I do is let's go look to see whether it's been relisted. No sense in even looking at pictures. So one of the first things that I'm going to do is under additional information here, the 4th one down, do you see where it says listing and property history? Click on it. See where it is? It's contingent. So, it's back on the market. It's got a contingent contract. Someone's in the process of purchasing that home. So I got 387 opportunities. Now I have 386 opportunities. Go back. So let's go pick another one. So go back to the list, and that was the 425. Let's go to Eaglebrook.
All these in 540?
All these are in 540. So again, additional information, listing history. Cool, expired. See that? You always go to the top line. It's still expired. Now, it's important, at least for me, it's important to look at the date. The reason I look at the date of 10/1 of 18, and I know today is 10/26, if that date was within 3 days of today's date, you got 386 opportunities. Go to the next one, only because in your business, not that I know this for a fact, but in your business, maybe the realtor's just a little late in processing the paperwork and getting it back into the MLS.
Right.
So therefore, you're going to do all this work. It only has been expired for 2 days, and you go to the door and ring the doorbell, and they say, "Oh, I just listed again with Kelly Hayes."
Right.
And you go, "Darn!" And you get into the car and you start speaking in French because you don't think I just wasted a bunch of my time. So let's not waste time. But I like the fact this is 10/1, today's 10/26.
Right.
Perfect. So we now know that we have at least that part of it's good. So now let's go over here to the pictures. So let's now go to the pictures, and it fails because again, you guys can see that the rooms are empty. So we don't want an empty house. We want something that someone's going to be home. So again, go back to your list. Let's go to the next one, Hotham. With that, since I'm looking at pictures, well, it looks like we got furniture, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got furniture. So now let's go to additional information. Let's go to the history. And it's expired, and it's 6 days ago.
Yeah.
I'd say it's long enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, by this time you're either back in the MLS or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so now we've got our targeted property. So now in the MLS, we know which property we're going to work with. And so under this tab, we're going to work here. Now in the other tab, what we're going to do is we're going to log into our agent marketing account. Everybody who's been to class 1 has opened up an agent marketing account. Rosario, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you instructions, and I'll help you open up a free. It'll take us all 2 minutes to open up a free account for you. Well, let me ask the crazy question. Would you prefer to follow along on the computer? If I open it up, do you want to follow along if I open one up for you now? All right, so it won't take us long. So Stuart and Kelly are nice people. They'll wait. They'll wait for us.
Right?
All right, so in order to open it up, and you'll just have to, you'll just shout out the answers here. What we're going to do is you go to gmarino.valuedlender.com, okay, and under where it says, and again, you don't have to do this. Just follow with me up here. I'll let you log in after we set it up. So people log in when they want to open up an account, they go to Realtor Marketing Training, and down here it says create an account. Once we click create an account, give me the correct spelling of your first name and last name. Last name? Okay. Email. Cool.
You're putting that under.
Is it? I got an S in homes, and I also have an S in cells. Okay. And then your mobile with area code. 2671. Okay. And your company name. And then say the real estate group. Okay.
Where'd you find that? I'm on Realtor Marketing Training.
And then go all the way, scroll down on the right-hand side. So if you got anybody on your create an account. So anybody on your team, have them go there and open it up, because that's the gateway to the free account. Because if you go to agent marketing, they'll charge them $149 a month.
Can I do this with a team member?
You can do it.
For them?
Yeah, go right ahead. Absolutely. Select your industry, real estate agent, account setup. Now, your login, your username to log in is going to be your first name and your last name, all lowercase, no space. So it Rosaura. Okay, I think I spelled it all right. Password, you can always change it later, but do you have a favorite password you want in there? Or I can put in the word password for right now. Okay, and then the next, I'm just going to put it in again. Okay, you're going to agree to the terms, put a check mark. We're going to solve the puzzle. We're not a computer. 9 of 1 is 10. It says create an account. We're going to proceed. Let's do this. I need a picture of you, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Come over here to, we're going to upload an image of you. There might be one in Facebook elsewhere, but let's just see. RosauraALAF. Oh, I didn't put the. switch it to Google Images. ALFARO, Realtor. Any of these you? Okay. Okay, so let's take this. Let's save the image to my desktop. It's going to my desktop. And it says your name there, so that's great. So then what I'm going to do is go back to Agent Marketing, and where it says upload the file, I'm going to go to my desktop, go to the R's. Okay, you're uploaded there. Now we need a Caldwell Banker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and we need Caldwell Banker, the real estate group logo. Which one would you like? First one? Okay. Let's save that. And we'll call it CB logo. Okay, and with that, go back to Agent Marketing, and we're going to upload your logo. Okay, couple things then. Do you have a personal website? And say that again.
Alfaro, A-L-F-A-R-O,
Do you have a blog?
No.
You're licensed in Illinois? Yeah. Got your mobile, your female, your individual. Your mobile is
517.
okay. It is call a banker. What's the address?
1155 East 9th Street.
In what city?
Lockport.
Which one?
Lockport.
Zip code?
60441.
Okay, and it is this time here. Any designations?
I can go back and forth.
Okay, let's hit save. With that, the only other one is I want to put in your notifications. What's your mobile again? 773
517
517.
2671.
Fabulous. So now you'll get all the text messages and emails that the system will generate. Okay, you're set up. So if you want to go to gmarino.valuedlender.com, then on the right-hand side where it says log in using your first name, your last name, and then password. You know, I'll wait till you say you're logged in. Does it jump you over to Agent Marketing?
No.
And if it doesn't, then I'm just going to have you go straight to Agent Marketing.
I mean, that's how I go.
Okay, go to Agent just go to another tab, go to agentmarketing.com. Give it a second. It's a little slow. On the upper right corner, there's something that says log in. Click it. Then put in your username. And underneath that, put in your password. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we've identified a property in, if you want to go, did you identify a property yet in your MLS?
Yeah, I was following you.
Okay. So if you, in your black folder, Rosaria, if you would be so kind as look on the right-hand side, there's going to be a handout that says how to create a property website. Stuart, you want one of these to follow along?
Thank you.
It's just
Well,
text
you know
it
what, I
out.
got one.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. You can just leave them on the table. I'll collect them.
But
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow along with what the instructions say.
Can I follow along? Can I create as well with this address or should I just pick my own?
Is it the same one that I have?
Yes.
I would pick your own.
Okay.
Again, feel free to go back in the search and find one. Only because I'll be taking that website name and then you'll go, I can't use it. How come? All right, so what I'm going to do while you're doing that is I'm going to log into our dear friend Mr. Stewart here. Don't need this. Okay, here we go. Agents. Let's get going here. Let's log into agent marketing. Log in. Okay. Were you able to find a property? Okay,
I just sent you the page of mine.
cool. As soon as mine comes back here, going around in circles.
that font, Glen Marino, it looks spooky, and I don't think mine looks like that on my
It does.
screen.
It does now today.
It's for
For last,
Halloween.
yeah.
Probably.
In fact, if you put your cursor on your picture, it turns into a pumpkin.
Oh, cute.
It's obviously the programmers have a little more time on their hands. They're sitting there making.
Oh, is it like out of California or
Yeah,
something?
those are the California people. They're sitting there and they're
They're on the beach. with
They're on the
leopard.
beach.
Now, when I log into agent marketing, it goes right to, let's see my name. That doesn't matter.
Log in.
finally. All right. So are you going to your account? You're going to be doing a different property.
No, I'll let you.
Okay. So I'm going to log into Stewart. And so everybody's at the same place as I am. All right. So I've got in one tab, I've got the MLS, the property we identified as the expired, our candidate for the day, and we've got agent marketing open. It says in the instructions, number one, it says click on the properties tab. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here to property on the left side, hit properties underneath it, and then it says number two, it says click add new. So I'm gonna click add new. And you guys notice it has two blue buttons. One says, hey, can I auto pull this from the MLS? You know, the property is in the MLS. The auto pull only works on live listings, active listings. This isn't expired. It will not work. So we have to click the other blue button, add my own listing. It's another way of saying we're going to add it manually. So click it. If you notice, it opens up into a fill-in form looking for the address of the property. And if you look at your instructions say we're going to do three things here today. We're going to fill in 3 input screens. This is the first of 3 input screens. The second thing we're going to do is download pictures from the MLS. And the third thing is we're going to strengthen it so search engines like Google and others will find this property website in the internet. So what I do, because I don't want to type in all these boxes, I go back to the MLS. I go to the address. I highlight it and I copy it. Once you copy it, I come back over here to agent marketing and I paste everything, city, state, zip code, everything into the address section and hit paste. Do you notice that it is tied to Google Maps? So Google Maps wants to know, is this Haddam Road or is this Haddam Court? Well, let's go back and find out which one it is. This one is Road. So you go back over here, I'm going to click on Road, and it autofills everything into city, state, zip. Now, what's still not filled in is the MLS number. Well, when you finally get a listing agreement, you can fill in the MLS number. The property type, you click, and you're going to go with single family if it is, but you notice it also does condos and townhouses, vacant land, it does rental property, it does FSBOs. So today we're doing number 1, single family. The price, would somebody please read to me at the bottom of page 1 in red? What does it say to do as far as price?
Do not put a price in the price box.
Do not put a price in the price box on expireds. You don't want them throwing out all your marketing material because you put in the price that the previous agent had. You're not in front of them yet. You're not doing a CMA. So you're going to put the number 1 in there because that is a code to the computer that all your flyers, your 9 flyers, your homepage of your property website will now say call for price. Having done that, you then go up to the upper right corner where it says proceed and click proceed. It advances you to step 2 or input screen number 2. Input screen number 2 is the details, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, garages. So I'm going to need a little bit of your help because I can't remember everything. So we got 4 bedrooms and 4 baths. And let me move this out of the way. And the square footage is 3,031. So it's 3,031 on the one that I'm working on. So I got 4 bedrooms, I got 4 baths, I got 3,031 square feet. The garages, let's go back here. The garages, it says, is 3 car. It says that it was built in 1998, so it's 1998. So let's put those in there. I come over here, the 3 car garage, it was built in 1998. The lot size, you can either put it in the form of a square footage or as acreage. So again, if I go back here to the MLS, if you look at it, it says acreage 0.23, or what I do is I typically go to the PIN number here, and the PIN number is linked. I'm wondering why it's asking us to sign in again.
Oh, you know what?
You probably kicked me out. Let me sign in again, if you wouldn't mind getting out. And so once I sign back in, so if I click on the PIN number, it takes me to Realist. And if I scroll down, you guys see there's the acreage point, but it also does the square footage, 10,105. So what I'm going to do there is I need 10,105 in the lot size, so 10,105. Now, title. In your instructions that you have there, the instructions say to make it like a sandwich, where you're going to have on the 2 loaves of bread, one side is going to be the number of bedrooms, the other side is going to be the city and state. Because when people go into the internet and they're looking for housing, they're putting in their needs. I need a 4-bedroom home for sale in Naperville, Illinois, or wherever they might be. So you're going to start out with the 2 loaves of bread. So you just type in 4, and the first letter of each one is going to be capitalized, 4-bedroom, and you're going to then say Naperville, Illinois, or whatever city you're in. In between those 2 loaves, the meat is going to be 3 words that's remarkable about the house. You're going to go to the remarks in the MLS and see what's remarkable. Sometimes in Naperville, it's the school district that the home is situated in. So you come over here and it says, beautiful classic brick home, 2-story foyer, hardwood floors throughout, expansive family room, tray ceilings, gourmet kitchen, school district 204. So let's, I'm going to highlight that. So I'm going to come over here, and in my title on my property website, I'm going to go school district 204 in a dash. It is not unlimited. The title is finite. You can only go so far, and that's about as far as you're going to be able to go. Now, unlimited is the description. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the MLS. We're going to copy out the remarks. When you copy it out, you're going to come back over here to agent marketing, and you're going to paste. The other thing that your instructions say is put yourself in the eyes of an 8th grader. If there's any abbreviations within the description, please take the abbreviations out. We in this room know that an FRPL is a fireplace. We know that a DR might be a dining room. We might know SS appliances are stainless steel. But to the 8th grader, they have many choices. They have 20 different homes they want to look at. If yours is one of them and it reads Chinese, they're going to say, this is too difficult to understand. I'm moving on to the next one. So again, I see a couple in here where the 8th grader may not be able to understand it, like brand new SS appliances. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out SS and say stainless steel. And I think new roof in 2015, school district 204, just a short walk, close to shopping. So that's my change there. With that, I'm going to then click the proceed button again in the upper right corner, and I'm finished with input screen number 2. Input screen number 3, the theme. The theme is another way of saying I'm going to name the property website. It already starts to name it. As you notice here, it says 2619 Hodam Road. Well, again, I might shorten it up just a little bit. I'll take road and make it RD. Fewer letters. There's an implied dot, and then there's what's called a subdomain. It's one of these 25 choices. Well, what you're going to do here is pick any one of these except epropertysites.com. That's the name of the software developer out of California. You're not selling software, you're selling a house. So with that, and make it something generic. You haven't met these people yet. So again, it could be besthomearound.com. It could be can be yours. Check out more. It could be nicefamilyhome.com. Today, I'm going to be very nice about it and say nicefamilyhome.com. So now the name of the website is www.2619hodamroad.nicefamilyhome.com. You've named your website. Second thing you're going to do is you're going to come down here, and would you please, in the instructions say my favorite layout was layout number 2. Cross out the number 2 in your instructions.
No,
17.
Oh, okay.
It looks like this. I'm on this page here, and what you're going to do is you're going to cross out the recommended layout being 2, and you're going to use layout 17. Okay, so 17 is staring us in the face right here on this screen. You put the little radio dial button there for 17, and it opens up to now you got to pick colors. Just so you know, people stay on blue websites longer than any other site. But then again, you might say, well, my colors of my company are red. I want red. So that's why they invented cranberry and all these other colors. So you get a whole palette of different colors to pick from. Today, Glen's picking denim, but it is your property website. If you want to pick pink, blue, green, orange, those, they're all there. Pick them. So I'm going with denim, and then you hit choose. With that, you're done with input screen number 3. You hit proceed. And it should come back with a congratulations. And there it is. Congratulations, Victor, your property has been successfully added. So we've done one of the 3 things. We did the 3 input screens. Now the second thing we're going to do is download pictures from the MLS. Now, people have always asked, Glenn, why are you downloading pictures from the MLS? We can't use those. It's an ethical violation. The property website that you're creating for the seller to put into the flower pot is a private link. It is not a link that's public. It's not out there. Google can't find it. Realtor.com can't find it. Zillow can't find it. Nobody can find it. It's only in your agent marketing account, and if you give it to the seller and you are now sharing a private link. You're using the pictures because the seller is used to seeing those pictures, and you will delete those pictures. If they say, you know what, you are the realtor for me. I love your marketing. I love your approach. I love the exposure you're giving to my house. And you're saying, and I'm going to delete these pictures. Remember this, if you're not using a photographer, I highly recommend you use a photographer because your story in the internet is your pictures. If your pictures are ugly, if your pictures are dark, if they're not staged properly, people are going to move on to somebody else's house to take a look at. So in the internet, when everybody's looking virtually, make sure your pictures look great. So you're now in the next page in your instructions. It's the page that has no pictures. It looks just like this. And what you're going to be doing is it says, let's go down to that 3rd paragraph for expireds. If your pictures did not auto-load from the MLS, which they did not because it's not a live listing, or if you're just borrowing the pictures from the MLS, which we are going to borrow the pictures from the MLS, to win a listing presentation, do the following. And let's look at tip number 4 first. It says tip, download the last picture in the MLS first and the first picture last. Okay, so it says click on the picture in the MLS to enlarge it, number 1. So let's go over here to the MLS. It says click on the picture to enlarge it. I just did. Secondly, it says scroll down under the picture and look for the link that says download this photo. Well, we all have to say thank you, MLS. Thank you for allowing us to download this photo so that we can now create property websites that we can use to show off our marketing skills. So then it says repeat this process for each picture until all the pictures are in your downloads folder. In that white space, please take a pen right now and write in, before I do this, go to your downloads folder in your computer. Go to your downloads folder in your computer and delete yesterday's photos. Because if you keep downloading day after day after day photos, when you go into your downloads to then upload them into agent marketing, you're going to go, which one is today's work? I have 5 photo zeros. What the MLS does is when you click that download button, it automatically names the picture for you. The first picture is photo 0. The next one is photo 1, photo 2, photo 3, until you get to photo 25. So what I'm going to do before I do this, I'm going to go to my, if you look up here on the screen, I'm going to go to my downloads folder and click on it. My downloads folder is alphabetical, so I'm going to go to the P's and I'm going to look for anything that says photo 0 or beyond. So you come down here, MNOP, and there we got some from yesterday, okay? So I want to get rid of anything that says photo 0 because these are all from the MLS and I don't want to be trying to guess which one is today's photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on photo 0. Now I could do this. I could hold the control key down on my keyboard and just keep clicking, or I can click photo 0, hit the shift key, holding it down, and find the last picture, which is photo 22, and it highlights them all. So I don't care if it's hold the shift key down, hit the first and last, and you're good, or hold the control key down and then click on each one of the photos for 22 clicks. The point being is once they're highlighted, hit the delete key and they're gone. Now I feel good about today's work. It's 8:15 in the morning. I've had a couple sips of my coffee, and now I'm going to download these photos. So get rid of this screen here. Let's go back here now to my property in the MLS. I want to do the last picture first and the first picture last. So I'm going to go over here to picture 23. I'm going to click on it. Notice there's the download this photo button. Click on it. It downloads. Go to 22. If you don't see it, it's just hidden underneath. Scroll down, find it, click on it. Go to 21. Now, people have asked me, Glenn, do I have to do all the pictures? Why don't I just do like 6 of them? And I go, well, it just depends on whether you want to win a $400,000 listing or do you want to be known as the person that cuts corners. The seller has seen all these pictures. They might just...
What if the pictures really are bad? What would you do?
I would tell the people they're ugly, but I would tell them that I mean, that would be probably a reason, that would be in my conversation, that would be probably one of the reasons your house did not sell. Your house didn't sell because your photos were terrible.
I know, but if you're leaving a flower pot and they're like, oh, these photos,
But they're there, those are there.
You have sideways pictures in the MLS? Oh my God. See, that's what amazes me. When I look at some of the other agents and you go into these expires or these cancels, you go, I know now why this thing didn't sell.
I know.
Oh my God. So
This one,
Yeah.
it does. It has some very nice pictures. So again, in my opinion, put all of the photos in there, even if they're ugly. If you can rotate that one picture, great. If you can't, just put it in as is because that's the way it's in the MLS. But again, I would tell them that, you know, once if you decide
But if
that
you're leaving a pot, they're not home, it'd be nice to maybe put it in your letter.
this one,
You-
To let you know.
you could, I mean, your cover letter is a Word document, so you can always edit your cover letter and say, you know, I noticed that some of your pictures were sideways, and you know, it's probably one of the reasons your home didn't sell, and then go into the rest of your commentary. Once you've got them all downloaded, where do they download to? The downloads folder. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is get out of this. Now I'm going to go back to agent marketing. Agent marketing, and in your instructions, you turn the page in your instructions on how to create a property website, and it has a red arrow pointing up to click add more files. It is not the black one, it is the blue one, the link. When you click it, it's going to open up your computer and say, hey, where are your pictures? So let's click the add more files. Where are your pictures? Where they're not on desktop, they're in downloads. So I'm going to come over here to downloads, and again, we're going to be looking for...
Can I add a little caveat to that? And I know this is not the way you say to do it, but I've got in the habit of putting them on my desktop to remind me to delete them. Because I don't see my downloads. I mean, I see my desktop.
How are you getting them to your desktop? Because when you hit the downloads, I mean, it's just an automatic function. Are you using Jing or how are you
I
doing
go
it?
right there, when you upload them, go to click on desktop.
Okay. But again, you've got it. I'm sure that maybe you've got your downloads pointed to your desktop
Oh, yeah.
because these are already in downloads. To get them to you know, you already have them on your computer in downloads from the MLS. That's a command that's coming from the MLS.
Oh, I see.
It's saying it's not something you're telling the computer. When you click that download this photo in the MLS, there's software behind that says I'm going to put it into the computer's download folder.
File.
Maybe you don't, maybe for whatever reason your download folder got deleted, and so by default it's going to your desktop.
Or my download cram full of pictures.
It's going over to your desktop. But anyway, so once they're in your downloads, you again highlight photo 0, And then what you can do is you can use this time I'll just use the control key. I used the shift key before. I'll show you. You hold the control key down and you highlight then each of your pictures. Again, just bring it down some more. I'm still holding the control key down. 11, 12, 12. Just click the left click on all these, and I think I got 1 or 2 more pictures, 1 more. Once you have them all, you can let go of the control key, and then you hit open. And what it'll do is it'll then drop them into your upload bucket within Agent Marketing. And I kind of like them at 0, 1, 2, you know, they're in the order that they were in the MLS. Just remember this, the order that's in the, well, you'll see shortly because that's one of our instructions on how to upload. They're not necessarily in the order that you and I might like. The agent had it, the previous agent had them in the MLS this way, but you want to put them in the order that someone would walk through the house. So anyway, the next set of instructions say click your upload button after all your pictures are in the upload bucket. So click upload. And what it's going to do is it's going to create little thumbnail pictures. And it's going to create your photo gallery. Boom. So those are the, and now what your instructions say is please look at your photos because this is the previous agent's order. Are they in the order that you would walk through the house? Well, here's the front of the house. You know, sometimes I've seen the back of the house and I don't want the back of the house. I want that. My philosophy is front of the house, first floor, second floor, basement, outside. And if you can walk through the house in that manner, great. So here we got kitchen, you know, we got some sort of family room with fireplace, looks like a den on the first floor, powder room. Now we're going upstairs. We have a dining room. This might be a living room, utility room, bedroom, master bath.
The first picture is bedroom upstairs. You know?
I've seen that.
Oh, I see it all the time.
Oh, and I also see some of these pictures that they're zooming in on the toilet.
Yeah.
I'm going, wow.
Right?
You made
Or the
that.
realtor in the mirror.
Or the realtor in the mirror with the flash.
Right.
You're in it, and you're gonna upload that to the
The
MLS.
homeowner in their underwear.
So anyway, I don't need to move it. But again, if you were to move any of these pictures around, you see the little crossbar here. All you have to do is just move the picture around wherever you want it, and that's how easy it is to move pictures around. It's an auto save function, so you don't have to hit anything to save. The other thing it says in your instructions is then at least caption the very first picture. Every one of your pictures says add caption, add caption. There's an add caption on each. On the very first picture, click add caption. It allows you to put in 150 characters. I suggest in the very first one, whatever you want to say, why don't you say something like, welcome to your new home. This will show up in the photo gallery. This will show up in the virtual tour. With that, hit save. And with that, let's turn in our instructions because we've done that. We moved them around if we needed to. We added a caption, turned the page. Number 8.0 says, now let's put in the real estate taxes and the insurance. It says click the edit button on the properties tab. So does everybody see where it says go back to your list? Where it says to list, you go back and you notice this is the one that we're working on, 2619 Hotham Road. When I go back to list, there's an edit pencil to the left. There's a tools button to the right. Edit pencil to the left, tools button to the right. The instructions say click the edit. It says then go to property, and then it says scroll down, and it says put in your taxes and insurance. If this is a condo, if this is a townhouse, put in your association dues. Single families can be a part of a master association, could have dues also. So read the MLS and make sure that there's no association dues. For monthly taxes, you go back to your MLS. The MLS says here that it's $11,534. For purpose of keeping the class moving, that's close to $1,000. I'm just going to say that it's close to like $950 a month. So with that, I'm going to go back over here to agent marketing and put in $950. The insurance on something, you know, what's the selling price on this house? Asking $459. So I mean, to me, the taxes on something like that, or I'm sorry, not the taxes, but the insurance, it's going to be about 125, 150 a month.
I said 125
So
in
you
my
know,
head.
so boom, boom, and with that, you've satisfied then 8.0 in your instructions. Number 9 says strengthen the website. And again, you have to hit save after you've put in the monthly taxes and the insurance. It should give you an error, which it just did. See, it says, duh, we detected an error too. You must select the status for this property. Hit the close button, and the status is right here. Does everybody see where status is? Right here. It wants you to select one. Well, you're in setup. So just select status, setup, and you're going to be just fine. Click save, and then
If we get the listing, should we change that to active or something like that?
well, do you see here, once you get it, do you see where it says requires activation? See this blue here?
Mm-hmm.
I've been telling you edit pencils to the left, and I've been telling you tools to the right. In the middle here, once you get the listing agreement, you're going to come back in here and you're going to click that big green activate the listing. It will change setup to active automatically. Because when you click the activate listing, there's going to be 9 screens that you're going to go through to activate it.
But don't you want to change your pictures out first?
Oh, you will. I'm
Before
sorry.
you-
Yeah, you will. I mean, you're going to
You
go
can do
back.
that in the activate?
Well, no, you'll go over here to this camera button here.
Yeah.
When you click camera, there's a button to the side that says delete all pictures, and you'll delete all your pictures. Then you will have, your photographer will send you all the new pictures, and you'll upload all the new pictures in here.
But I mean, you want to do that before you touch that. activate.
Correct. Absolutely. Before you activate it and put it out there in public display, have your pictures in there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to strengthen. Rosario, there's in your black folder, there is a set of instructions that were similar to this, but it's only much thinner. It says how to strengthen. How to strengthen. If you'll pull that out, this is an abbreviated how to strengthen at the bottom of the other page, but it's the very first one that you're looking at there says we want to add music. And let's talk about strengthen. When Google is being asked, when people put in, I'm looking for a 4-bedroom home for sale in Lockport, what you want to do is Google goes through all the answers to that question, but if your website has music on it, if your website has a banner on it, if your website has property features, the more you can hang on your property website, the stronger you make it, and the stronger it is, the higher up in Google that it's going to become. So let's go over here. The very first one says, and you can make a note, on the very first strength move for music, you have to go to the tools button. So write down tools. So I'm going to come over here. Remember, to the left is edit pencil, to the right is tools. Click tools. If you scroll down, this is the table of contents for all the tools. When you come down here to music, which is about halfway down, you click on music. It gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different genres of music. Today I'm going to click easy listening. That's the genre. Notice there's probably about 25 different pieces of music you can choose from. If I clicked, let's say, endless motion. If you liked it, you put a radio dial in there. I'm going to pick grand strings for today. I put a radio dial in there, and I've selected then the music for the virtual tour. The second thing that the instructions have, that Rosaria has, is it says do not play the virtual tour on the home screen, meaning when it first opens up, only play it on the virtual tour when someone clicks virtual tour. Meaning that if somebody's in a business environment or they're in a quiet area and all of a sudden they go to your property website, they open it plays music, they, oh my God, my boss will see me. Or I shouldn't be playing music in this area. What are they going to do? They're going to shut down your website and not look at your home. Let them open it up in silence, in quiet. If they click on photo gallery, there's no music. When they click on virtual tour, there's going to be music. So click this here in setting up your strength move. Make it only play virtual tour only and hit save. Okay, turn the page, Rosaria, to the next strength move. What's the second one say? What are we trying to accomplish there? Front Street banner. So again, we're going to go to tools. So if I go back to my list and I click tools, The second one down says banners and overlay. Click banners. And so now it's kind of like artwork. Where do you want your banner? Is going to be something that's going to cut across the top. Do you want it in the left corner, a little Miss America sash banner, or do you want it going through the roof and encroaching on the front of the house?
From that one to left.
I think it's a left. So again, if you skip this one for now, what that's saying is, especially if it was a condo that you might have chosen, or the previous realtor, instead of taking pictures this way, if they take them this way, the picture is too skinny to put a banner on there. So 99 out of 100 times, you'll never get that error. I can show you after class how to take the front picture. We'll put it into a piece of software and we can make it wider. So for right now, you'll skip that, but in this one, you can just follow along, and by looking at the screen up there, you say, I want the banner on the left. And then what I say in my instructions, it says, click the googly eyes. You're looking for 3 words. The banner only holds 3 words. You could just type it in here if you like. Or what you can do is you can go to the googly eyes and get some ideas. Like, is this a great location? Is it highly desirable? Is it just beautiful? Is it make an offer? Must see now. I'm going to pick one. And it's not a click. If I click it, it's not going to jump up into the box there, into the input box. But if I copy it and I then go up to the box here, I can paste it in there, and then I hit go. And now the banner is in there, but to me it looks too far left justified. It's too far to the left. So put your cursor in front of the M and hit it 3 or 4 times with your space bar and hit go again, and it's nicely centered. With that, hit save, and you're done with your second move. Turn the page in your instructions. What's the third strength move? Yours is going to be, that one's no longer valid. Yours is not. Yours says property features. Cross that out. That's they found that when they activated the spokesperson, it gave them lower rankings in Google and other search engines, so they deleted that from the property website.
And I liked it.
I did. I love that.
I did too.
Yeah, but for whatever reason. So what's the next strength move on the next page? Property features. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go over here to, remember the last 2 have been tools. Now we're going to go to the edit pencil. So again, go back to your list for the 4th strength move. You're going to click edit. You're going to go to the property tab. And that's where, remember, we put in our, or maybe I didn't hit, this was like, this was 950 before, and this was, the insurance was 150. Okay. And what we're going to do here is it says we can put in up to 21 different features about the house. The features add to our 9 different brochures that the system automatically creates. So it's worthy of the time to do this. So come back over here to your MLS. All MLSs are laid out the same way. Living room, dining room. So what we're going to do is we're going to take just the living room and the size 14 by 12, and we're going to copy it. We're going to come back over here to agent marketing, and we're going to paste. We're going to go back over to MLS. We're going to take the dining room. We're going to copy it. Just want the dining room and the size. Copy it. Go back over here and paste. Go back to the MLS. We have a kitchen, 21 by 15. Copy it. Go back over to agent marketing and paste. Go over here to the MLS. I've got a family room. Family room is 20 by 18. Copy it. Come over here to agent marketing and paste. Go to the MLS. I have a office, 11 by 10. Copy it. Agent marketing, paste it. Go back over to MLS. We have a recreation room, big recreation room, 29 by 15. copy it, go to agent marketing and paste. Come back over here, we have a bonus room that's 14 by 11, copy it, and put it into agent marketing, paste it. Give yourself a little more room. Now let's go get the bedrooms. So we go over here to MLS, the master bedroom. We have 4 bedrooms, right? It is 20 by 12. Copy it, go back over here and paste it. Go back over here to MLS. We got a second bedroom, 13 by 12. Copy it and paste it. Go to your third bedroom. It's 13 by 12. Copy it and paste it. And lastly, the fourth bedroom is 12 by 12. Copy it and paste it. Very good. Some of the other rooms, let's see, utility room, I'm not overly, and I got a sitting room and a bar. I think that we can just leave those off for right now. But again, feel free to add those when you're actually, taking the time to put all the room sizes in there. So with that, going back to agent marketing, if you look after the strength, go back to the very first set of instructions. What does instruction number 10 say? It says, do not activate until you have a live listing agreement. I've had many an agent that then clicks the activate the listing, the activate the property website, and it will send it out to realty sites. It will send it out to social media sites.
That's the problem.
And that is a problem. Again, it's not an impossible problem because we can just hit the edit pencil and say make it inactive. But by hitting the activate button, it makes it active and it starts to get distributed throughout the internet. So with this, hit save with putting in all your features. And let's go over here now and take a look up on the screen here. Let's take a look by clicking on anywhere on this dashboard here, 2619 Hotham. Let's see what you guys created today.
You had to get your front picture in maybe?
Do you have it should be not active.
Right.
Did it come up like this on the screen? Where
No, because we couldn't.
oh, you didn't get any of the pictures to upload? Okay. Without any of the pictures, and again, I'll help you after class to get them uploaded. But again, once they're uploaded, you now have, this is layout 17. Notice this, it says call for price. So now the expired is not being, right. They're looking strictly at your marketing material. They're going, oh, this looks great. 4 bedrooms, school district 204. There's the Realtor Stewart. Here's all my features, all the room sizes, and this can be shared in all these different social media sites. Kind of cool, kind of great. Then what they do is, let's take a look at what you created. You created this photo gallery, and within the photo gallery, welcome to your new home. They can go through and take a look at all the great photos. Then you've created this cool virtual tour with music. Again, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but you get the idea that you got this great little virtual tour. You then have what's called a property map. Property map, because again, somebody might say, well, I found this property, exactly where is it? Okay, I see where it is out here in Naperville, and maybe I want directions. It's nice to look at something virtually, but hey, honey, let's go take Saturday, it's Sunday, let's go take a drive, let's go take a look at this property, let's look at the neighborhood, let's see what it's like. And so what you can do is they can enter their phone number here, they hit send the map. The client in the internet gets a map quest on how to get to your listing. You in turn, because it's all set up for you guys get both a text message and an email that someone has just texted for driving directions to your listing. It'll tell you the address of the listing. It'll give you the phone number of the person. It'll be a blue link in your phone. You'll press it. It'll dial it, and you're going to introduce yourself to, hi, you just texted for information or directions to one of my listings at 123 Main Street. Can I find out more of what you need or want in a home? Let's make sure that this home has everything that you're looking for. And if this isn't the home, then you could also say, and I can also set you up, for other homes that might meet your needs. So kind of cool that you've got the property map. In addition, you have an aerial view that you've already created for them. What's great about this is, here is the home in question that's being sold. Notice the mouse has become, it looks like a glove. If you left click, you can start to fly around the neighborhood as if you're in a helicopter, and you get to see, oh, I'm not the white elephant. It doesn't look like I'm backing up to electrical lines. I'm not backing up to an expressway. There's other homes in the neighborhood that look similar and they're maintained. So it's kind of a cool thing for, a husband and wife or whoever. There's actually some very nice homes as you continue to fly around the neighborhood with swimming pools, etc. So, it's a very nice feature for people to see. You've also already created what's called a street view. So now you're at the street, and what you can do is people can actually drive a virtual car throughout the neighborhood. I'm not going to drive through it, but what I do is I usually click on this compass here, and I like to rotate, and I like to see, okay, that was the subject property.
Halloween.
I want to see if the neighbor next door has got junk automobiles without tires on it. I want to see if they got a chicken coop. I want to see if my neighbor next door doesn't mow his lawn.
Of course, I have toilet paper in my yard.
Yeah.
Got rolled.
You got chosen. So again, it really, to me, this is a nice mature neighborhood. The neighbors are cutting their grass. It says something about the neighborhood. You've already created for them payment information. I'm not going to go through that right now because that's going to show them 30-year fixed, 15-year fixed. It's nice to show when you're showing off the property website to your client. More information says you can click on find out more. It's going to have your picture, your contact information, but people can put in their name, their phone number, their email, and they can say, I would like more information about this property. I would like to request a showing. I would like more information about other similar properties. They can put a message in here. I'd like to come see the house on Saturday with my 14 children and let them run around the house and see if they like this. Best time to call, morning, afternoon, evening, as soon as possible. They have to solve the word puzzle, fork, and they hit send message. The message goes to you as realtors. You in turn reply back and say, love to set you up for a listing, for a showing. I'll be back to you shortly. I'm going to just find out, availability. With that, it also has what I call area schools. Area schools. Now this one is got a pop-up blocker because this is a brand new website. My computer protects me from it. So when I get a pop-up blocker, I just have to say always allow it, and then it won't block it anymore. So with that, once it's beyond the pop-up blocker, it's going to rate your subject property is in the middle of the circle. It rates schools A through F.
And hopefully it's not in the F.
You don't want your children going to the D's and F's.
Right.
So you see a whole bunch of A, you see a bunch of green A's, but what's really cool is down here you see the names of the A's, and if you click on it, it'll go to the website for that school. This is kindergarten through 5. This is middle school 6 through 8. So you just keep going. It'll go to the high schools. So it's got all the A's first, and if you're a parent, you want the best for your child, you're going to go through the A's first, and that's why the A's are listed up above. Some of these have gotten bronze type awards, silver and gold. So again, it's kind of a cool thing as somebody with a family, somebody that's moving out to the suburbs, to take a look at what kind of schools are available. With that, you go back here and you're now, the other thing is city demographics. Under more information, ever see city demographics? I'm not going to click on it, but it goes to Census Bureau information. It's going to say the neighborhood's average age. Well, if I have kids who are, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and they pull in little red wagons, and if the average age is 56, I don't think they're going to find guys with gray hair walking around the neighborhood, not people with red wagons. So again, the city demographics is kind of cool to help them understand what kind of age, income brackets are in the neighborhood. Yes.
Did I miss it? You might have covered this already, but there's a place where you can put in a link to the school district,
You can.
and there's a place where you can put in a link to, like, if it's a Naperville.
Community events.
Community events.
I'll show you that in a second. You remember there was the edit on one side, tools on the other. Edit. If you click edit and you click property where we were, all the way down at the bottom, there is links, inputs, where you can go to Google and say, give me Naperville's community events, and you can put that link there. And then you can go to, like, if this is School District 204, you can go to Google, say, I'm looking for Naperville School District 204, their official site, copy the HTTP, put it in there, save it, and now what'll happen is instead of having just 8 buttons on your property website, you'll end up with 9 and 10 buttons, because it'll give you more opportunities for people to explore what's going on within the school district, within the community that the house is situated in. Good question. So you got the city demographics, but here's really what's so critical in my opinion. If you're going to do internet marketing, your system has brochures. If I'm looking at 20 homes in the internet, but I only want to look at 3, 4, 5 of them physically, what I'm going to do is I need some way to remember I'm on the first of 20 homes. I got 19 more houses I'm going to go look at in the internet. If I like what I see, I can click brochure and print the brochure and set it aside next to my computer. I can also show it to my spouse, to my dad, to my mom, to my friends, and this is what we're thinking about buying. So when you click on, what happens here when somebody clicks the brochure button, you as realtors have chosen one of the 9 brochures to be behind there. The customer doesn't get the choice of picking one of 9. You as realtors get to pick the 9 different, which one of the 9 you're going to have the people look at. So let's look at the default. I'm clicking on brochure. It has black coloring. You can change the color ribbon. If you don't like black, you can change it to blue, to red, to orange, to yellow. So it already has call for price, which I love. It's already created the mobile application. So would you guys mind taking out your phones real quickly? Go take out your phones and go to a text message. Would you be so kind as to, where it says 2, where you're sending it to, the 2 is 79564. That's the computer in California that houses all these property websites. So the 79564, Rosaria. And then tell me when you're ready to go to the message. The message is 68941, and hit send. And you should, in a couple seconds, be getting a thumbnail with bedrooms, bathrooms. Okay. You should get a blue link that says pictures, blah, 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 .mobi. Click the .mobi link. Right. And the realtor gets notification every time somebody. Now what you can do there is, Rosaria, is in the upper left corner, there's a menu. Click menu. Then it should say photo gallery to the left. All the buttons, click photo gallery. And now with your finger, scroll up and you can see all the pictures. So this is going to be, if you have a sign writer in the front lawn by your yard sign, now people that are at curbside, that's what's downloading into their phone. You've created this for your expired listing already, a mobile application that downloads into people's phones. So it's set, it's ready to go. You can demonstrate it to the expired. I guarantee you the previous agent wasn't using mobile application when they were trying to market this home.
Can you back up
Yep.
to the list?
Yes. So go back to return to the site.
And then
Go back to the list of properties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of open windows.
Here it is.
There it is. And then click on the wrench, or wait, let me see.
The tool,
Yeah,
okay,
and then if you scroll down where it says
text code,
text code,
yep.
and then one of the things that you, I always liked where you could change that to HODM, maybe, HODDAM.
Right. What's nice in going to the advanced versions of this, you remember it was a number, right, Rosaria? 68941. Well, if you were the seller, wouldn't you like it to say the street you're on, Haddam? People, as they come up and they see the sign in the front lawn or they see your brochures, all the brochures, everything would say Haddam. So what you,
for them to remember, anybody who's driving by knows they're on HODM road.
so what you do is, what he was saying is, edit tool, you went to the tool button, you click tools, you scroll down to text code, and you're changing from a numeral to an alpha characters. So get rid of the numbers, and now we'll type in Haddam. Hit save.
Maybe it'll work.
Oh, it will. If you want to redo it within on your phone, if you guys were to text, if I hit save, it'll be fine. You didn't change it. Okay, so it's already saved. So now when we look at, if you go back here and you look at this website, and now when you if you were to go to, let's look at brochure. Now it says text Haddam. If you're the seller, aren't you? You're kind of impressed, aren't you? That's what you'd want, because people will remember I'm on Haddam Road. That this is so easy for me to punch up and get in my phone. And again, once it's in people's phones, it's nice that they're walking around for the rest of the day with the seller's property website sitting in their phone. It's constant remembrance that this is the house that had that mobile application. So now that you've created this really cool property website, you're now really ready to create either the flower pot or the coffee mug. Let's deal with the flower pot first. The flower pot, you can either buy them. This is what Glen does. I buy the flower pots at Hobby Lobby. They go on sale every 2 weeks. They're $20 pots for 10. I also happen to know, because there's a lot of realtors that they go to the dollar store and they buy 5 white vases for $1, or they'll buy 5 glass vases for $1. Then they'll buy if it's clear glass, they'll buy $1 worth of aquarium rock. Might be a beige color, whatever color you want. Pour it in there. The rock holds the floral, because you'll buy $1 worth of floral and put it in there. If you buy a coffee mug or a vase with a color base, you then buy $1 worth of styrofoam blocks. You rubber glue the styrofoam block in the bottom of it, and now you can stick all your dollar floral in the coffee mug in the flower pot. It doesn't matter what the vessel is. I don't care if it's a flower pot, a coffee mug, a Christmas stocking. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're delivering 3 things to the expired. You're going to deliver a cover letter, which says, that's right here. It says, this is what I've already done for you. The second thing you're going to be delivering is going to be a brochure, the brochure that we're looking at here. The third thing is going to be property business cards, and you're going to sprinkle them throughout the coffee cup or the flower pot. So before we move on to creating these 3, I want to show you guys where the 9 flyers are, because again, this is artwork, a brochure. Somebody might say, love it. Other people say, I hate it, it's black. So what you do is, in your agent marketing, going back to, remember, you have edit on one side, tools on the other. Click on tools. Remember, you just had me go to the text code. What's underneath text code? Property flyers. When you click on property flyers, this is flyer number 1 that's in there. If you said, I like the flyer, don't like the color black, okay, make it blue. So what you would do is, make it whatever color you like. Then if you said, I don't even like the flyer, see where it says select a design? You click select a design and it opens up layout 1, 2, 3, all the way to layout 9. Let's just say you like 7. Well, here's 7. It has the front of the house. It already is starting to put some interior photos in there. So again, it just depends on what you like. Once you like it, once you change the color palette, and again, if you wanted to edit the flyer further, click Edit Flyer Options. You can change the primary color. You know, this looks like a tan to me. You don't like tan, you like some other color on the ribbon. You can change color, you can change secondary color. So feel free to make these your color, make it, you know, the ones that you like. Well, once you like it, then what you do is you're going to hit save, and that's what's going to be behind the brochure button on the property website. Clients don't get the choice of 9. You realtors get the choice of which 9 you want the public to see. All right? So let's go now to the first thing we're going to do is we're going to print a brochure. There's 3 things, right? The easiest one to do is the brochure. So if you're sitting here at your list of properties and you activate the, not activate, but click on the property website, here's your brochure button, okay? How do you print it? You click download the PDF. It creates a PDF. It puts it in the tray down below. You click on the PDF that's been created and your computer's hooked up to a color printer. You print it. So what I'll do here today is I will give you, this is an example of what the brochure looks like. So if you pass these on, Kelly, that's what the brochures are going to look like. What I typically do with the brochures is I would roll them up, I'll put a ribbon on it, I'll put a colorful rubber band, and I stick it in the flower pot. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the cover letter. The cover letter is, again, I will be sending this to you in electronic form. Let's bring it up on the screen so you can see how easy it is to make the changes. Here's the cover letter that I'm passing out to you guys, and there's only 3 colored items in there. There's 2 blues and 1 green. How long will it take you to change 2 blues and 1 green? Probably a minute. I'll talk you through it, and it'll take 3 minutes, but it's going to be 2 blues and a green. Does everybody know how to change their picture on this? If I send this to you in electronic form, does everybody know how to change? You're not Maryland. That's Maryland. You click inside, you left click, and all these little sizers come out. Hit the delete button, Maryland's picture goes away. Then paste in your picture.
Insert, right?
Yeah, or you know, it's actually wherever it is. Usually you copy, you paste.
Okay.
Copy it from wherever it is, paste it in there. Once you do this, once you go, hi, I'm Marilyn Audell Lytle with HomeSmart Realty. If you're Stuart Finley with Inspire Realty, you're going to put that in there. So you guys know how to change your picture, you know how to change your name. That will always be in there. That'll be a part of your permanent template. So then let's read what it is that you're telling them. Hi, I'm Stuart with Inspire Realty. I recently noticed that your home was listed for sale and it did not sell. That is unfortunate. Should you decide to remarket your home, I would love the opportunity to interview for the job of marketing your home. I want your home to have great exposure in the internet where 90% of the buyers hang out. I just want an opportunity to interview for that job of marketing your home should you decide to put your home back on the market. Please accept this gift of marketing materials that I've already created for you to help sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. This is what you're going to say at the door. If you're new at this, the first time that you're bringing out the flower pot, you're going to take this cover letter. You might take it out. You might reread it. Yep, I got those first 2 paragraphs, stick it back in the flower pot. What I do typically, when I was doing it, I would start out from the very first paragraph, and when I got done with the first paragraph, I jumped down to where it said, please accept this gift of marketing materials. I was trying to get to the point. I wanted to introduce myself. I wanted to let them know that it was unfortunate their home didn't sell. I want to know that should they decide to remarket, I would love the opportunity to interview for that job. And here is a gift This flower pot, this coffee mug has marketing materials that's going to help sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. You are not going to, then you're going to say to them, thank you so much for your time today. I'll check back with you in the next 48 hours to see if I can answer any questions for you. Have a great day. You are not going to sit on their front step and say, and I created this really cool property website for you, and I got this mobile application if you text the word HOTM to 79564, and I've got 9 different brochures. No, that is not, you're not supposed to be selling on their front stoop. Let them take the gift inside. When they all of a sudden see it's their house, and now they're going to read this, I've already created for you. Got to remember, other realtors are calling them and giving them postcards. You're saying, I've already created for you a property website with its own photo gallery, virtual tour, aerial views, mortgage calculator, local schools, and brochures. Your home's website is. Well, where is their website? Well, it's in agent marketing, correct? So we come over here to agent marketing. Let's go look for their property website. It's just activated. Here's their property website. I happen to know it's bolded through the .com. You will not make a mistake if you went all the way to the end. But I just happen to know that through the .com is more than what you need. Copy the name of the website. Go back to your Word document. Here's your Word document. There's 2 blues and 1 green. This is one of the items you're going to change. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to delete the previous day's link in there and then paste, because the pasting could be bigger font, different font, and you're going to then, everything's going to move on you, and all of a sudden you're going to be speaking in French. I don't want you speaking in French. I don't want you being upset. So what I do is I want you to put your cursor on the back end of .com. I want you to backspace everything out except for the first H. By leaving the first H in there, you're keeping the same boldness, the same font size. So now when I all of a sudden come over here and I paste, I kept the same boldness, the same font size, get rid of the extra H. And in order to make it a hyperlink linked to the property website, I come over here to the .com. I put my space bar, I hit the space bar once, and it makes it a hyperlink. With that, I'm more than happy, and I move on. Number 2, I created this really cool flip book that's going to show you the 17 ways that I'm going to help sell your home quickly and profitably. Your home's flip book is, again, the reason I handed out this cover letter is I want you to make notes. Because when you leave here, you're going to say, well, where did Glenn get the flip show? The flip show for number 2 is in tools. Remember, you got the edit pencil and tools. So let's go back to the property website and agent marketing, and let's go to tools. So I'm going to come over here. This is tools, right? Click on tools. You scroll all the way down. Remember, we already hit text code. We've done property flyers. We're coming we did music selection. Right under music is listing presentation. That is the flip show. Click on it. When you click on it, there are 3 different types of flip shows. This one, Stuart has got flip show number 1, and my computer is protecting me because it's in flash and I have to allow the flash to take place. So with that, I'll go back to here, reload it. And typically, you can then hit the Control+ key, and this is going to be your flip show. It's 17 pages that goes through. We're not going to do this now because it's in the very first class. We went through all 17 pages. You'll be able to look at it on the recorded class. But again, you're giving it to the expired, saying, these are the 17 ways that I'm going to help sell your home. I'm going to put it into social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I'm going to put it on page 1 of YouTube. I'm going to put it into realty sites. I'm going to create brochures for you. you're telling them all the things that you're going to do to help give their home great exposure. With that, all you need is the name of the website for the flip show. Copy it, go back to your Word document. And again, this was yesterday's work in number 2. We don't want to lose the boldness. We don't want to lose the font size. Put your cursor on the back end of it, backspace, leaving the first H in there. Then go ahead and paste in the name of the website for the flip book. Get rid of the extra H. Go to the back side of flipshow.com, hit the space bar once, and now you have a hyperlink to the flip show. Theoretically, you're almost done because all you have to do is change the green down here, but let's just read through it. I've created home business cards that you can share with your family, friends, and business associates. See samples in the flower pot. I will show you guys that in a moment, how to create them. It says 7 brochures. I would take out 7 because they no longer can see 7. Now it's 9 brochures. They can only see a brochure. So I changed 7 to a brochure that describes the many beautiful features of your home. It has a text code, a QR code. It has the name of the property website for easy lookup. You can print as many of these as you like for your family, friends, and your business associates. See a sample. Well, in the flower pot, we have a sample in the flower pot. We create an e-postcard for your home that you can mail out. You can email to your family and your friends and your business associates, letting them know that your home is for sale. Send me your email, and I'll email this e-card to you. Where are we going to find the e-card? In Agent Marketing. You go back over here. Remember, edit button, tools button. Let's go to tools. So let's go back to our list. Let's go to tools. Let's go to the table of content of tools. You are just at the listing presentation when you copied the link there. Underneath listing is property e-card. Click on it. This is a great e-card that you can then, let's say you don't like green. Okay, so let's just change it to a darker color. Then let's say that you want some interior photos. This is going to be emailed to your client, right? So let's say that you want some additional images. That's kind of cool. Add some additional images, some of the interior photos. Again, it says $1 here. Well, it really is not $1. You can edit this, take out the $. It's Naperville, it's Haddam. So with this, you go, kind of like it. Looks good. I want to send that to my client because they gave me their email. I want to show them that I've created this. So what you're going to do is you're going to click Send Email. Send Email sends it to the Realtor's email. Once it's in your inbox, how do you send it to somebody else? You click Forward. It gives you a little white space, and you're going to say, I've already created this really cool e-card for you that you can share with family, friends, and business associates. I, as your realtor, I'm going to share it with my other agents in my office, other agents that are friends of mine, in the event that they might have a buyer for your home. So when I click Send Email, which I'll do right now, it now is going to you, Mr. Stuart Finley, so you can see it come into your inbox. All right? Now, go back to your Word document. It says that you also have a text message number. It says allowing potential buyers to get more information about your home from a sign writer or brochure. Please text. What are we changing for today? What was the name of the sign writer that we created today? What was it? Hoddard? Haddam? So you're going to change this H-O-D-D, I think it's U-M, to 79564. Look for a big surprise to download into your cell phone. I can't help but think, they live on Haddam, correct? I can't help. If I lived on Haddam and you sent me a cover letter, gave me a cover letter that says text Haddam to 79564, curiosity will get the best of me. I'm going to text. When they text, you know that the seller's all of a sudden opened up your flower pot and is playing around with it. So kind of cool. Then it says number 7, I've created a hits report, which again, agent marketing creates a hits report. It's blank right now. Nobody's hitting on it. It shows where computers are finding it, how many computers are finding it. Are they finding it in Realtor.com? Are they finding it in Trulia? Or are they finding it in Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn? Last but not least, in 8, it says, I will prepare a Facebook listing page for you. That's a separate class. And we show you how to create a Facebook listing page to get people more eyeballs on the listing through Facebook. May I please have 30 minutes of your time to show you all the marketing materials that I've already created for you. You will not be disappointed. Thank you in advance. I'm dedicated to your success in the marketing of your home. Call me today so I can start marketing your home tomorrow. Again, change the name, change the picture to you, your contact information. Trifold the picture, trifold the cover letter, such that your picture, if they're going to put this in the kitchen or a family room, every time they walk in the room, I want your picture staring at them. And it says, this is what I've already done for you. You'll be always top of mind within the house. So now we've got 2 things done, the brochure, the cover letter. The only thing left then is the property business cards. I'll quickly go through that. I think it's optional. It's a little techie. You don't have to do it, but if you like to do it and you're techie, you're about to see how we do it. So what it is this is the final product. I'll show you what the final product looks like. The final product is a set of gum labels. You're going to use Avery 5160s, 5160s. It's 3 across. It's 10 down. So you're going to end up with 30 gum labels. You're going to take your business cards, flip them over. Your picture's on one side, this gum label's on the other side. The gum label has a thumbnail picture of the front of the house, it has the name of the website, and it has the text code on there, such that you're going to put 4 of them, 6 of them at most, into the coffee mug or the flower pot. And the remainder you're going to use for when you get your 30-minute listing presentation and give the rest of them to them. You want them to hand those cards out to family, friends, and business associates because you're on the other side of it. So how do we create these? Well, we start out with a blank template. And I'm going to be sending this to you in the email after class. So this is what it looks like every day when you start out. You're going to be using this as your master. So we're going to enable this. It's got 3 things: an image, the name of the website, and then thumbnail information. Let's do the easy part first, the image. So what we're going to do is we're going to left click inside the image. The sizers come out and you hit your delete key and it goes away. That was yesterday's work. We're on today's work. It's 8:30 in the morning. So let's now go to agent marketing. We're going to go to, remember, edit button, tools. We're going to go to tools. So let's go back over here. Let's go to our property. Let's go to the tools. And what we're going to do is we're going to look for picture sequencer. I think they moved that. Okay, well, what we're looking for is the front of the house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here to the property website. I'm going to go to camera. I'm going to go to photo gallery. And all I need is the front of the house. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to right click. I'm going to look at the full property website. Let me go to the full property website. Don't need the flip book anymore. Here's the full property website. If you go to photo gallery, I should be able to copy the front of the house. There it is, copy the image. If I go back over here to my Word document, to my template, to the blank, the cursor is waiting for me to paste in a picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste. And if you then left click, do you notice that it pastes in there? It always will do this. It's 2 gum labels over, 4 down. What I do next is I go to the lower right corner and I left click and I drag it up and I drag it up and I drag it up. And now I have my picture in there. If I want to, I can take this and move it over, size it in there, and now I have the front of the house. 1 down, 2 to go. Next easiest is the name of the website. That was yesterday's website. So let's go back over here to agent marketing. I'm looking for the name of the website. The website is through .com here. It is 2619 Hotham Road .nicefamilyhome.com. So let's copy it. Let's go back over here to our Word document. Word document to the blank, and we're going to, once again, I want it to be that small, I want it to be that font, I want it to be bolded. So I'm going to do what I did in my cover letter. Put your cursor on the far right side. Use your backspace key, backspace everything out but the first H. Put your cursor there, right click, paste in the new name of the website. If for some reason your website name is too long and it word wraps, highlight the name of the website. If the font is 12, make it 11.5, make it 11. Reduce the font size till it fits all in one line. Get rid of the extra H. Now what we're going to do is, now let's put in the thumbnail information. Hidden Spring Drive was yesterday's property. Today it's 2619 Hotham Road. It is in Naperville. It is 60540. It is 4 bedrooms. It's 4 baths. It is 3-car garage. It is 3103 square foot. It was built in 1980. Call for price. Don't put a price in there. And what's the text? Hotham. Hoddam. You got your first of, you got 29 more to go. So what you're going to do is, I would get rid of the red underscores. Again, by doing that, you can just click on it. I believe it's the view button, or I'm sorry, review button. Click spelling. And what you're going to do here is tell it to ignore all. It's now got rid of all the reds. So now what I'm going to do, it's a Word document, right? I'm going to copy and paste. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here where it says HTTP, and just again, a little word lesson here. If you see where it gives you a crossbow like this, see where it's a cross? A cross means that's a move. If you click on it now, it's going to move things and you're going to get mad. You're going to start speaking in French. You want to wait till the cursor is straight up and down, which it is now, and you're going to highlight, go left to right, and you've now highlighted the name of the website. Start going south and it highlights the picture. Go further south and it highlights the thumbnail. With that, copy it, and now what you do is come over here and start highlighting the 10 in your third column. Put your cursor anywhere and paste. And it will paste them all in there for you. This one will come back to us in a second. Go to the second column, highlight all 10 in this column. Right click anywhere. Oops, sorry about that. Highlight the 10 here, right click and paste. Go back here, the second label through the 10th in column 1. Anywhere, place it, paste. With that, you now have 30 gum labels. You put a 5160 Avery piece of paper in the color printer. You hit print. They will come out as gum. They'll be beautiful gum labels. Turn over your business card, put these on the back side, sprinkle 4 of them in the flower pot, or 6 of them if you can in the flower pot, and the remainder for your killer listing presentation. So now that you guys have, let's stop here and say, any questions? You found the expired, you created the property website, you then created the marketing materials for your delivery. The first 2 paragraphs tell you what you're going to say at the door. Now it's a matter of you're delivering after 3:30 in the afternoon. If necessary, use your Saturdays also when people are not as rushed. People will be home between 10 and 2 in the afternoon. But after delivery, the follow-up is critical. And what I suggest, because we've stayed a long time here today, is why don't we start the next class with the follow-up pieces, because you need to put these now into a master lead sheet. And let me just see if I can quickly find the master lead sheet for you guys. We go here, let's take a look at expireds. Looking at expireds. Okay, so here's a master lead sheet coming up. It's color coded, meaning that when you first create, as you're adding new ones each day, first time you put them in there, they're going to be white. White is for virgin, for Snow White. They've just been created. Once you've had a conversation with them, yellow, I had a conversation. I met them at the door. I delivered. So again, whites mean I have to deliver. Yellow means I did deliver. Red means it's dead. They listed with another realtor, or they went in another direction, or because remember, to me, they always stay live leads until they say die and go away. If they just push you off, I didn't have a chance to talk to my spouse. We had a wedding to go to this weekend. I looked at it, but my wife hasn't yet. Great. It's important that both of you look at it. How about if I give you the weekend? How about if I call you on Tuesday? Because the reason I go back after 48 hours, the first time you deliver, you don't have a phone number, you don't have an email, you just had an address out of the MLS. You created this great marketing material. The reason to go back is hopefully they would have looked at some of it. Again, it's another chance for you to shake their hand. But when you say, what I suspect is going to be that they're going to push you off and say, you know what, I need to give you more time. I'd love to call you Tuesday. Let me give you the weekend. I'll call you Tuesday. By the way, I don't have your phone number. May I please have your phone number? May I please, I have other marketing materials. There's what's called a seller's email in here. There's the e-postcard. These are things that you want to email to them. I've got other marketing materials I'd love to share with you. May I please have your email, and I will respect your privacy. I will not spam you. With that, you're going to get an email. You'll get their email, their phone number, and now what you can do is, if you notice on the right-hand side here, is your follow-up. If I was starting to do this in November, what date did I deliver the package? And again, let's back up, because I want this is very important. Before you guys leave, we still haven't finished delivery. Delivery, we're assuming they're at the door. Well, 50% of the time someone will be there. The other 50% of the time domeone's not going to be there. You are not going to take back these flower pots or these coffee mugs. You're going to go to the dollar store and have in your car a dozen wine bags that you bought for $1. You're going to shake one open. You're going to drop the flower pot, the coffee mug, your marketing materials inside the wine bag. And you're going to put a door hanger on their door. And the door hanger is going to look something like this. If you'll take one of these and pass it around, Mr. Stewart. I want to show you how quick and how easy we can do this. So it is a Word document. Let's go to let's open up the door hanger. We'll get there. Okay, so here is your door hanger. And you notice this is Avery 16150 labels, not labels, but paper. 16150s. That's the door hanger style template. It comes 2 to a page. It's perforated in the middle. It comes with a punch out for the door handle. And what you're saying here is, hey, I've already created these great marketing materials for you. Check out HTTP, the name of this website. Well, where are we going to get this website for the person? Remember, they're not home, but we want them to know that this wine bag and this door hanger, I've created some really great marketing materials for you. So you're going to come over here to Agent Marketing. Once again, you're going to be looking for the name of the website. Here's the name of the website. Copy it. Go back over here to your door hanger. And what you can do is, just like we did on the cover letter, just like we did on the property business cards, put your cursor on the far right side. I want it to be red. I want it to be that bolding. I want it to be that font size. I don't want it to be bigger or different colors and making me do a lot more work. So keep the last H, paste it in here, get rid of the extra H, one down. I know that the text message that I put in there is HODM, right? So I'm going to tell them for more pictures instantly about your home, text HODDAM to 79564. That's once you put your business card in there, you'll never have to change it. But let's see how you change it to you. And again, if you guys run into problems on this, you call me. I'll do a go-to meeting with you. I'll do a join me meeting with you. I'll help you get this created. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Agent Marketing. We're going to go to Brochure. And let me just see if I like the brochure. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's got, here's Stuart Finley. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Jing. It's free software, and you only download the Jing project that comes from TechSmith. There's other vendors that will allow you to download the Jing project. It's screen capture software, but only download TechSmith's version. So what I'm going to come over here is I'm going to take and create the business card from the flyer. I'm going to capture it. I'm going to copy and paste it because it's a Word document. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back over here to my Word document. And if I click inside here, do you notice the sizes go around Bernita Smith's business card? Well, I can either delete it or just leave it. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste in Stuart. And I can see how big Stuart is. And if I want to even make him bigger, I can move him over here. See your logo's not showing up. So it's because it's down here. So just grab underneath here and move it up. So it's perfect. Fits in where, when you go over here and get rid of the sizers, looks great. Then we need the picture of the front of the house. So remember, we got the front of the house by going to our photo gallery. So once again, go back here to return to the site. Let's go to the photo gallery. Here's picture number 1. Right click, copy the image, because again, we're going to a Word document. You copy paste to Word. So again, go grab your template. This was yesterday's photo. So what we're going to do is we're going to paste in today's photo. Left click inside there to see how big. See, whoa, it's way down here, way over here. So what I'm going to do is, just like you did on the property business card, lower, right corner, drag, 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 drag. And now you've got, to me, I like bigger houses. If I were to move this picture up by grabbing this little sizer here, I'd see more grass. I'd rather see more house. I think that's nicely blocked. So leave that alone. And then when you say here, give your home great exposure. Get your own property website, your home's own mobile app, your home's, you'll be posted on all major realty social sites. Your home's virtual tour will be on page 1 of YouTube. Thinking of selling? Well, you're not Vernita, you're Stuart. What's your phone number, Stuart?
847 445.
445? Yep.
1670.
Cool. So now the left side is the way we like it. So now so I'm just going to make the right side because it's perforated. You really get two pieces, two door hangers. Only use one when you use the wine bag. The other one is going to be a follow-up piece down the road. It's going to be one of your 9 follow-up pieces.
If you print this out, I'll deliver it today on my way back to my office. And if I get the listing, I'll buy you lunch.
I will do that for you. So again, I'm going to highlight, this is the name of the website on Hotham, right? So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to say, I want to paste it right here. Cool. I can probably copy and paste, but it's so much easier, faster. I can just take this out and put in Hotham. This is Stuart's picture here. So if I just say copy that, and I come over here to Vernita and say paste, there's Stuart now over on this side. Very cool. With that, that's the picture here. If I put the sizers come up for that picture, copy it, come over here, left click, get the sizers out, paste. There's your picture. And the only thing I change down here is, well, I could copy paste, but this is called Stuart. And we'll put in your phone number.
Mhm.
445-1670.
I haven't got the listing. Yeah, this year. And deliver it to my client, dual agency.
So my question to you guys now is, if you had the wine bags in the car, let's think of the steps. 8 o'clock in the morning, you found your expired or canceled. You created the property website. You then went through and created 3 pieces to put inside the flower pot of the coffee mug: cover letter, brochure, property business cards. 3:30 or thereafter, you go out and deliver. They're either going to greet you at the door and you're going to give them the flower pot and you'll read to them the first 2 paragraphs of your cover letter. Or they're not home, you're going to shake out the wine bag, put the flower pot in the wine bag, and you're going to put a door hanger on the front door. To me, that looks very professional. I mean, it's my house. I was thinking of selling. I'd be a fool probably not to at least go look at what you got here. You got a property website. I live on Hotham, so I'll text Hotham and we go, wow, no one's done this for me. This looks really great. So do you think, if you did one of these a day and you started putting them into your master lead sheet, and then next class we're going to talk about the drip, drip, call, drip, drip, call. There's 6, 7, 8 pieces that I want you guys to drip on these clients with until they decide to list with you. We're going to continue to drip, drip, call November, drip, drip, call December, drip, drip, call January, February. And every time we call, we're checking in with them to say, are you ready to list, or are we still looking at March? And then there's a comment section on that master lead sheet. Every time you call, you're putting in at least some comments as to what your conversation was about. Because I guarantee you, when you have 40, 80, 120 of these, if you're anything like me, you're not going to remember what customer number 2 said versus customer 120 said. You got to have a master lead sheet. Is this good stuff?
Great stuff.
Cool. My goal here is to have you guys grow your business one lead at a time. And if you give them professional looking marketing material, it is going to be very, very hard, in my opinion, very, very hard for people to say die and go away. You're at least in the door. You have a fighting chance now to say you're no longer a postcard, you're no longer a voice message, you're a live person, you've come to the door, you didn't spend more than 10 seconds of their time, you came back to ask for their email and their phone number because you got other marketing materials you like to share with them, and then you're going to continue to drip on them. You're obviously, every time you drip on them, you're asking, may I please have 30 minutes of your time? You may even get 30 minutes of their time. You may even do a listing presentation, but they're not ready to sign yet. They don't want the house listed during the holidays. So you will continue to drip. The drip campaign that I've got set up here within agent marketing, you have to do it so that you always stay top of mind, because your competition will continue to call and postcard them. With that, let's conclude with today, and I'll stop the recording and we can take any questions.